everybody, my name is Grace, and I have decided to do a trust fall with the universe and share my journey publicly, which goes against everything I can ever imagine myself doing. But if anyone wants to join, maybe my story can help somebody else, or maybe somebody can help me realize how crazy this is along the way. But yeah, about a month ago I quit my job, and I have not been job searching. I've just done a complete full universal surrender to try to find my purpose and heal and get on the path I need to be on in life. The normal mold was really not working out for me. I've tried for a long time to blend in and fake it as normal, but it's just becoming harder and harder to pretend that I don't know all that I do at this point. So I'm just gonna throw it out there, share my story, and have inner peace that it's not bubbling up inside me anymore, clawing to get out. But yeah, if you're a hot mess in life and you are doing your best to get it together, or you feel like you're doing everything right and you still can't get it together, you might be able to relate to this. Or if you've been told you're a starseed or a wanderer, if you believe in aliens, haunted houses, ghosts, everything that I always thought was real, because like, how can it not be? But that I had zero knowledge of. I have never sought it out. I don't even watch scary movies until like 10 months ago, really. I didn't own a crystal. I had never burned an incense, didn't know what sage was. I mean, I never meditated, never done yoga. The list goes on and on and on. So if you're just normal and you're just here to watch the show play out, you and I both, sis. But anyway, I guess it all kind of started about a little over a year and a half ago. I was going through a bad, hurtful divorce, and I moved into my house now. That is haunted, turns out. And anyway, it kind of along the path of accepting that it was haunted and trying to sort out or take care of what's going on here. A lot of stuff, really strange things started happening to me that I couldn't explain. And I would say about 6 months ago, but in the last 3 months in particular, things started to get even weirder, and it's just continued to snowball. So I feel like my journey and my story is interesting, because I've gone from somewhere on the mid-normal spectrum to quickly over to full send. And I'm just trying to align with the universe, find my purpose, find my path, so that I can have inner peace and not be having constant friction going against the grain, I guess. But I've always known that I am an empath and very intuitive. I've been that way since the day I was born. But lately, I would say starting about 3 months ago, I just had all these emotions flooding in. Like, I couldn't control them. I would go in public, and for no reason that I could think of, would just start having this awful anxiety. Or I would just feel this extreme sadness come over me, like that you would feel at the loss of a loved one. And just all this stuff, and I just am like, where is this coming from? Because I don't even feel like my emotions. And anyway, that was about the time that I, some show named Cosmic Disclosure, found me, I guess, so to speak. It's on Gaia through Prime Video is how it found me. Big Prime Video fan. Anyway, and so I started watching it, and just, kind of a few episodes in, one led to another. And it got to the point talking about blue avians and how, they have like guards in place to help humanity survive this transition through the universe we're going through. And I just start sobbing. And it's like, I had never researched aliens, or I don't know, maybe for a third grade project, but like I've never been into aliens or any of this stuff. And so I just like am sobbing, and it's like it's like remembering. It's not even like learning, or it's like these, like, I all of a sudden remember it. It's like starting to come back to me. Like I can see it all. All of these images are coming into my head, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is just trippy. And then kind of the same thing happens when they talk about the inner earth and the different populations who live there, and I'm crying, and it's like, it's remembering is, I guess, the best way to put it. And anyway, more and more stuff starts to happen, and I'm is in the process of me trying to search for spiritual healers, or a medium, or some things that friends who are aware of the metaphysical world, kind of resources that they pointed me to. As I'm trying to sort out this stuff with my house, all this stuff is happening to me, and I can't really describe it. But I had a medium come to my house, and it ended up quickly telling me that I'm the medium, and things are flocking to me, and I have these like powers and abilities that are going to come on full send whether I like it or not, and do my best not to fight it, because it's just going to make things harder for me. And apparently, like, all this stuff has kind of been happening for the past year and a half, and I was clueless. It took me a year to accept that, or about a year of living here to accept the house was haunted, rather than just like stranger danger, somebody from the outside is going to come in and hurt me. So anyway, I am just sitting there just so confused, like, very good. No, you're the medium, that's why I paid you. Like, okay. And then it turns out, though, like kind of the following days, weeks, like whatever, she wasn't kidding. She was like right on the money. Messages started coming into me. I knew things. I've always known things and not known how I've known them, but I guess I just kind of chalked it up to good intuition. And my mom was kind of like that, and my grandma. So to me, that it was normal. But anyway, like I started to know more and more things, like present day hasn't quite happened yet, or being able to like kind of know what someone's thinking, and like I don't know, just all these things kept getting weirder. Anyway, so after I had asked her some questions, and she, the medium who's at my house, she was able to answer some of them, but then a handful of them, she was like, they're not giving me an answer. They said you already know. She said you already have all the answers, and you have to figure that out. And these are your abilities. They're going to happen. I'm here to make you aware of it. So, like I said, I went over really well, and I, was trying to research, like, why this stuff is happening. Why do I know about blue avians? And I sought out some other mediums. And anyway, and I didn't say anything to them. I just, said I have weird things happening. I'd like to do a reading. And anyway, after 4 times of Archangel Michael and their spirit guides and everybody else saying she has the answers, she knows the answers, she already knows, she knows what to do. I was really frustrated. I felt like I had already been feeling really alone and empty inside, and everything I had gone through anyway, but then on top of like all this other weird stuff happening, and it's not really something you can talk about with people or that people can relate to. you know, I just kept feeling more and more alone and isolated. And so I think it was like by the fourth medium, I was sitting there just empty on the inside, tears rolling down my face, and she's saying, you know, they say, you know. And at that point I realized, like, well, I guess I'm gonna have to figure out how I know whatever it is I know. And so I, you know, started diving into, like, a couple of them had recommended YouTube channels and resources to point me to. And so, you know, I dove in, I started going down that path, and I'll share some of the resources that have really helped me. So in case anybody is feeling crazy, and anyway, I'll share what has been helpful and useful to me. Anyway, and so as I kind of dove down these rabbit holes, just looking for things that resonated, looking for things that related to me, I continued to get more and more channeled messages from, like, loved ones that have passed who I know, and then the messages were most of them for me, kind of, I think, like, to help me, guide me, but then also some of them are messages for people I know or care about. And so, yeah, I guess by just putting all this out there, I've only talked to like 5 people about this so far. I actually haven't even told anybody in my family. I'm already kind of the black sheep, so may as well be the black sheep and be myself. But anyway, I want to be able to share these messages. And right now I feel like every day of my life, it's like okay, do I call, do I text, do I go into okay, this sounds absolutely crazy, but, so anyway, I just have, you know, this whole awakening process has been mind-blowing, and through meditation, I've only been doing it for a few weeks now, and prior to that, had you asked me, I'd be like, meditation, like, oh, I don't even know what that means, or what do you do? And there's plenty of guided meditation apps that teach you how to meditate. They do the talking. You just find ones you like. Anyway, absolutely everyone has these powers, though, like powers, abilities. Like, that's the thing. Some people, it comes a little more naturally to, or it's dumped in your lap, like in my case. But every single person has these abilities. And so through this, though, what I've seen and what I've learned and everything I've channeled, like, I just feel like it's important for me to speak, like, we are so not alone in this galaxy at all, not even anywhere close, let alone on this planet, like, not at all. And so it actually hasn't been scary for me. Like, well, the whole process has been terrifying, but like, there's nothing about it that's scary or that anyone should be scared of. It's actually like really awesomely cool, really cool. And there's just so much more out there that everybody deserves to know about and to connect with. And like I said, I'm just putting my truth out there so I can have inner peace. But anyway, through meditation, through journaling, through channeling all this stuff, in the last, I guess, 4 to 5 weeks particularly, there were a small series of events that kind of like activated my third eye, I guess you could say. One in particular, and I will get into all of this in more detail later, but just kind of trying to give you a high-level overview of why I'm doing this. But anyway, that kind of activated my third eye, so to speak. And at that point, it wasn't just like memories flooding in of stuff I remembered. It was like memories from my past started flooding in. And I've never really had that good of a memory. Like, more details to come later. But all of these past memories of, and then parallel memories, like me age now, I started remembering like the conversations I had with like 2 or 3-year-old me. So kind of like these parallel times folded on itself memories. And wait for it, here's the one that's really tripped me up. Future memories. And they're not like future like manifesting or visions. It's like they're memories. Like it's memories about stuff that has happened, but from the future. And again, really awesome, but hard to talk about or tell anybody about. And also hard because with these memories comes the emotion. Like, you know, if you remember, let's say when you were 8, if you went to Disney World and it was like the best trip of your life, you remember the joy, how amazing it was, or what it was like to be a kid on Christmas morning and Santa came, or, you know, to lose a loved one. Like with these future things has come emotion and feeling, and that's really hard too. But, you know, the universe and kind of your higher self and your guides, they only show you what you're ready to see. And so for the most part, it's all stuff that pertains to me. It's positive. 98% of it is positive. And kind of just like how it pertains to me now, and helping me to find my path, that what I need to be doing, you know, to go forward. And it's like I'm tired of fighting it, trying to like have a job, you know, find a 9-to-5 job, say you're doing this, say you're doing that, you know, blend in and be normal. I've been trying to do that my whole life, and normal is boring. I am sorry, but like I thought it was boring my whole life. It's never been me. I'm amen to the people who can do it. But like, it's just as the older I get, I can't even fake blending it. Like I can't even fake blending it anymore, or not speaking my mind, or it's anyway. So cheers to all the black sheep out there. But yeah, so I just am hoping that through sharing my journey, I'll tell you all about the ghost, the haunted house, my Ring doorbell camera that's captured it all, aliens, spirits, spirit animals, you name it. I'm a wide magnet for a lot of things. And I live in a high traffic area, it turns out. But yeah, through all of that, and then through all of this kind of galactic stuff is the term I've coined it as, or being a starseed or a wanderer, or what this awakening has been like, you know, kind of the path that I'm on now, or I'm hoping to at least align with in order to stop fighting the universe on everything. So that's the story. If you want to join me on my journey, that would be fabulous. If not, don't blame you, because I don't even know why I feel like I need to share my story. But anyway, yeah, so more to come. Bye, y'all.